A river divided the Indus Water Treaty, the Indus River, it's a lifeline. Flowing through the heart of South Asia, it sustains millions. But this river also represents a history of conflict. A tale of two nations, India and Pakistan, forever bound by its waters. In 1960, a landmark agreement emerged, the Indus Water Treaty. India, Pakistan, and the World Bank came together. They sought to prevent water from becoming another battleground. This treaty stands as a testament to diplomacy, a beacon of hope in a region often shrouded in tension. The treaty's objective, a fair and equitable distribution of the Indus's waters. But achieving this balance has been a constant tightrope walk, especially as both nations grapple with growing populations, agricultural demands, and the looming threat of climate change. Sharing the waters, India and Pakistan. The Indus Water Treaty divides the river system. 6 rivers, each carrying the promise of life and prosperity. India gained control over the 3 eastern rivers, the Ravi, the Beas, and the Sutlej. Pakistan, in turn, received the 3 western rivers, the Indus, the Jhelum, and the Chenab. This division, while seemingly simple on paper, has been a source of constant debate and disagreement. India, under the treaty, has rights to use the western rivers for certain purposes. These include hydroelectric power generation and some agricultural use. However, Pakistan has consistently voiced concerns. They fear that India could potentially manipulate the flow of these rivers. This fear stems from the dependence of millions of Pakistanis on the Indus and its tributaries for their livelihoods. The treaty allows for projects like hydroelectric dams, but these projects must adhere to specific design criteria. This ensures minimal impact on downstream water flow to Pakistan. Yet every new dam proposal by India triggers alarm bells in Pakistan. It reignites fears of water scarcity and fuels the flames of mistrust. Troubled waters, disputes, and tensions. The Indus Water Treaty, while a landmark agreement, is not without its flaws. Over the decades it has been tested time and again. Disputes over dam construction and water sharing have become recurring themes. The Kishan Ganga and Ratla hydroelectric projects, both on rivers allocated to Pakistan, stand as prime examples of this ongoing friction. In 2024, India took a significant step. It formally requested modifications to the treaty. Citing changing demographics, agricultural needs, and a push for clean energy, India signaled its intent to possibly leverage the treaty for its developmental goals. Pakistan, unsurprisingly, rejected India's proposal. The move only amplified existing tensions and highlighted the deep mistrust between the two countries. The World Bank, a signatory to the treaty, urged dialogue. However, a lasting solution seemed elusive. Section 4. A thirsty future, climate change and the Indus. Adding another layer of complexity to this already volatile situation is climate change. The Indus River Basin, heavily reliant on glacial melt and seasonal snowfall, is incredibly vulnerable to the impacts of global warming. Scientists warn of a future where the Indus, once mighty and dependable, could become unpredictable. Droughts might become more frequent, and floods more severe. This unpredictability threatens the livelihoods of millions who depend on the river. The Indus Water Treaty, drafted in a different era, does not explicitly address the challenges of climate change. This absence of a framework for cooperation on water management in the face of a changing climate is a significant concern. It underscores the urgent need for both countries to come together. They must adapt the treaty to the realities of a warming world. Their survival might depend on it. Section 5. The stakes are high. Pakistan's water fears. Pakistan's anxieties about water security are deeply rooted in the nation's history and geography. With a rapidly growing population and an agricultural sector heavily dependent on the Indus, Pakistan views any potential reduction in its water share as an existential threat. This fear is exacerbated by a history of conflict and mistrust with India. The Indus Water Treaty, despite its flaws, stands as a crucial safeguard for Pakistan. It offers a semblance of security in an otherwise volatile region. The recent escalation of tensions, however, has shaken the very foundations of this agreement. The path forward remains unclear. Dialogue and cooperation seem distant dreams, yet the alternative, a water war, is too terrifying to contemplate. The stakes are simply too high.